In lots of the demonstrations, I've been using this loop command to repeat things over and over again to show you some idea or whatever, but actually this command is really, really useless in SonicPi, and I'll show you why. Lots of the times we're going to want to repeat things, we're going to want to loop things over and over again, but the problem with this loop command is that that's all it does. And so say I wanted to loop this bass drum, sounds like this, just plays twice a second like that. Now that's fine if that's all I want to do, but say I want to have two things going on at once. I want to be looping that bass drum and also at the same time play a little melody. So let's say I want to play 60 and then sleep 1 and then play 62. As you can see, we never ever get to this point. We never get to the point of hearing our second loop running, because when we use loop like that, it's running forever and we can't ever change it either. So say I wanted to change the sample that was being played, what I'd have to do is I'd have to stop the composition and start it again. If I wanted to have that sample instead of my bass drum, I'd have to actually press Command S or click stop and run the thing again. And that goes completely against the idea of live coding, where we can just change things as we're going along and we can add things into the mix and we can take things out again. And so I want you to completely forget the idea that I ever showed you this thing called loop. And so instead of writing loop do, what we're going to start writing from now on is live loop. And when we work with live loops, we've got to give it a name, and those names start with a colon. I'm going to call this one my loop. This is really great because it solves all of those problems that we were looking at before. First of all, it solves the problem of being able to change things on the fly, and that's what I'm going to show you right now. So say we want to do a live loop that goes something like play sample, and let's pick one of the bass drums. You can see if you write BD, you get all these kind of bass drums, so they're quite nice. And say we want to sleep for 0.5. And what we're going to get is a bass drum repeated twice a second, because we're resting for 0.5 beats each time we go around the loop. But here's where things get really exciting. Say I get bored of that particular bass drum sound and I want to change it. Well, all I need to do is change the name of the sample that we've got in our play command. So say I wanted to have a different kind of bass drum. Let's say, actually let's play this kind of drum and bass kind of note instead. It sounds very different. Let's have a listen to that. Now, the way that I'm going to do this is I'm not going to stop this. You can hear that my bass drum is still going on in the background. What I'm going to do is just press run again. So I'm going to press Command R, or I could click the run button here in the top corner. So from now on, when we're modifying these programs, we're never going to stop the music. We're just going to press run again, and what will happen is SonicPi will look and see what's changed, see what's going on in the program that's new, and change the music in real time to match those changes. So now if I press run, what we're going to get is a different note playing twice a second. And what's great is that doesn't need to sort of be timed at all. You don't have to think about when am I going to bring that in. What happens is the next time that loop runs, once we've clicked run again, and once we've pressed the run button, then we get the new loop, we get the new commands going on in the music. That's the first reason why live loops are great. They can be modified on the fly so that we don't have to stop our performance to change the sounds that are being played. They also help us to link together one or more loops to create a more interesting composition, and that's what we're going to be doing next. But for the end of this video, I'm just going to show you how far I can modify this single live loop to change the course of my musical composition over time.